I went to a church service this morning, and the sermon was about hell. Believe it or not, one of those feel-good sermons, right, on a Sunday morning. And I love Jesus with all my heart, but I'm not sure I'm even going to make it now. Yikes! I mean, that's not the gospel, is it? And I needed to say something about it, I think, to help myself. And maybe I need a little trauma therapy too after hearing a sermon like that. I mean, what if God's biggest desire for you isn't your fear of hell, but your experience of His love, huh? Right now, today, not someday when we finally get it right. And so I want to give you a prayer for this week that might change something for you and for me. And it's not a magic formula, it's just an invitation to return again and again and again to what's most important. So what have we made of religion? It's kind of a transaction instead of a relationship. And it's about getting the right information for the afterlife, huh? So the question to ask, we think, is how can I get to heaven? Yeah? But what if it's not a transaction, but a relationship? And an invitation to realign. In fact, that's what the word religion means, is to realign, realigning with a God of love, here and now, in this life. So many Christians can't wait till they die to be with Jesus, and I get that, I understand that, but I think Jesus is inviting us now to be with Him in our real lives, in His real love. So what is God's desire for us? Not rules, not regulations, but relationship. And maybe a little bit of taste of heaven right now. Not fear and uncertainty of whether we'll make it there then, right? So I found a prayer this past week that I love, and I'd like to make it a prayer practice in my life and want to offer it to you as well. Into your presence, Christ, will I enter now, serenely unaware of everything except your shining face and perfect love. Isn't that beautiful? Jesus says, come to me over and over. He says, return to your first love. Perfect love casts out fear. Perfect love heals. And perfect love is the message, right? That the church missed this morning, I think. And it's the answer for now. It's one of the missing pieces for dealing with our feelings of anxiety and depression or whatever it is now, because perfect love casts out fear. And then at the end of our lives, when they're over, we fall into the arms of love that we've known all of our lives. So what does God want? To live in fear and the danger of the fires of hell and to preach that fear? I don't think so. And really never knowing if our faith or our actions will ever measure up or if they're enough? I don't think so. But to know this love that makes a difference in our lives now, even more than we know if we took the time to know. John 17:3, now this is eternal life, that you'll know God in this perfect love. So with that prayer, what we're asking for is what He wants for us more than anything else. And we don't have to be enlightened or spiritually advanced in any way to experience it, just willing. So take a moment or a few or 5 and sit quietly and pray that prayer, that picture, and imagine that and try to feel that. And your mind's going to wander. That's what our minds do. It doesn't matter. We just keep using that prayer to bring our minds back again and again and again to that truth. So returning is the practice. So turn to this again and again. Into your presence, Christ, will I enter now, serenely unaware of everything except your shining face and perfect love. I'm going to practice with that. Maybe you will too. So take what's helpful in all of this, in anything, and until next time, God's love, God's joy, God's peace, God's perfect love to you.